The man is maybe encouraged to abstain from sex for 10 days ndio at least the volume yenye inatakikana ya sperms ya semen ipatikane, so ana abstain. Then from there he, with the help of the wife or other techniques, he can be able to correct the seminal fluid. Sasa kama sperms iko na 2 hands, hiyo ikiswim ina maybe haitakuwa na stability mzuri, inaweza kuwa inapiga hapo tu kwa vaginal canals, na kama ni mingi, si unaona sasa kufertilize itakuwa an issue. Zingine ziko na 2 tails, pia motility inakuwa an issue. When you are having sex, you will not be able to produce the semen having the sperms. Sperms zitakuwa zimefungua kwa epididymis, then you are ejaculating the semen with 0 sperms. Hence you cannot fertilize. That is one issue. When you talk about fertility, inafaa ifanywe kwa kila mtu. Sio maybe the lady peke yake na the man unamwacha. Unaweza kuwa mnakuwa na issues ya watoto na maybe ni the man ako na problem. Yeah.
We will be covering fertility issues and the impact it has on couples who are trying to conceive. I have a health practitioner with me, Mr. Miano, and he will be enlightening us on the topic. So stay tuned, Mr. Miano. Karibu sana. So Miano,
Yes.
let's talk about fertility issues.
Okay.
What do you have to say?
Oh, thank you so much for that question. This one you can maybe divide it in maybe 3 or 2 segments. You first talk about the fertility testing for the ladies and for the men later, because when you talk about fertility, inafaa ifanywe kwa kila mtu, sio maybe the lady peke yake na the man unamwacha. Unaweza kuwa mnakuwa na issues ya watoto na maybe ni the man ako na problem. Yeah.
So before even we go to testing, what causes infertility?
Now, infertility can be caused by a couple of factors, maybe hormonal imbalance. There are hormones which are not well balanced. For example, if you have a low estrogen, is the one which activates the ovulation. Now, if you don't ovulate, you see there will be nothing to fertilize the sperms. You have no of them to fertilize. Other things are the blocked fallopian tubes, and also there are some infection, bacterial infection, even the common one, which can maybe hinder you from conceiving. Yeah.
So when you're talking about if tubes are blocked, and then I ovulate, and the ovum moves, where does it go? Or does it even start? Because see, there is the ovary and then the fallopian tube. What is blocked?
When it is the fallopian tube.
So where is the ovum? Will the ovum be produced anyway?
No. Not unless, you know, it can be broken just one fallopian tube. You have two. So if it's through the other way, then that one it will produce and will just go well. But if it's on the other side, you see you have interfered. Once you have a blocked fallopian tube, if it's due to maybe bacterial infection, you see you have interfered with the makeup of that organ. So even the ovary, I think, even producing the ovums will be a problem. Yeah.
So are there any additional causes of infertility?
Those are the main ones. Yeah.
And if I want to know the fertility test, if I'm fertile or not, what tests will be recommended to me? So
once you visit your doctor, so the first step is history taking. This one is very important, whether you have any chronic disease or you have ever had a surgery. Remember, maybe there was a time you had an ectopic pregnancy and you had a surgery, things like that. Hiyo ni kitu itasaidia daktari kukusaidia na pia kutafuta kama kuna shinda. Also pia anaweza kuuliza kama uko on drugs, kama unafanya smoking, vitu kama hizo. Zinakuanga na effect in one way or the other with maybe reproduction. So after history taking, then you go now to testing. Na testing itakuwa mara mbili. Kuna hii ya kutest kwa lab, mambo ya hormono na yenye na test damu na mkojo, hiyo nitaelezea. And then there is the radiology. Sawa. So we can start with maybe the lab work, where you can maybe the daktari can can want to know whether you are ovulating. So this is how they go about it. There is a hormone called luteinizing hormone, and when you are ovulating, it is high. Hence, you find it in the urine. So they just take your urine sample and test whether the luteinizing hormone is high. If it's high, it means you are ovulating. Also, they can take your blood sample and check for follicle stimulating hormone, as the name suggests, stimulating yenye stimulate the ovary iweze kuproduce the ovums vizuri. Also inaangalia the progesterone levels. And for if you are maybe over 32 years or 35, you know you have been maybe receiving period every month, and your ovary ovums have been depleting. So your doctor maybe he can recommend that you do a test to see the level of a hormone called antimulinium hormone. That hormone, this one is vice versa. In case you have it at a high level, it means you have a lot of ovum. Hence, it's produced by the body to suppress overproduction of the ovum. And if it's low, it means you have low ovums. But people with fertility issues, when you find the hormone is too high, it's not good for them, because you see it's inhibiting. So from that point, daktari akipata maybe anatafuta mtoto ako over 35, this hormone is high, there is a way of maybe suppressing the hormone, ndio mwili uanze kuproduce the ovum normally. Yes. Okay. So we have talked about those hormones. Also for the other hormones, remember, for you to become maybe to ovulate, you need the luteinizing hormone, as I have said. Also the follicle stimulating hormone to stimulate the ovary. Yeah, things like that. And also estrogen hormone. Yeah.
So then those two, and then now we have radiation as also a way to diagnose fertility.
Yes.
How is that?
The radiology department,
Oh, those ones are the ones who conduct the test.
Yeah.
Then
so in the radiology department, there an ultrasound can be carried out. Remember, here is where you see whether there is a blocked fallopian tube or whether there is a PID, pelvic inflammatory disease, na unaweza detect na ultrasound. Na pia kuna wenye wanafanya hii ingine inaitwa TVS, they insert inaitwa hysteroscopy, where they insert a camera up to your uterus, wanaangalia vizuri na iko connected na computer. They wanaangalia whether the wall of maybe the uterus iko vile inafaa, ama iko na defects na vitu kama hizo.
Then before we go into what's next, this is women.
Yes.
How about men? Do men suffer from infertility? Because most of the time when people are suffering from fertility issues, we shine the spotlight on the woman.
Yeah.
Do men have infertility issues?
Also men have these problems, and also there is a way to go about it. That is why we are here, to educate people why it is important maybe to do these tests. You know, there is a lot that people don't know. So tukiongea mambo ya wanaume, unapata pia kuna test yenye inafanywa, na pia wanahitaji radiology department, pia wanahitaji scrotal ultrasound. So wakifanya kwa scrotum na vitu kama hizo, wataona kama epididymis ni yenye ina store sperms after being produced, wanaweza ona kama iko blocked. Now if it's blocked, you see when you are having sex, you will not be able to produce the semen having the sperms. Sperms zitakuwa zimefungua kwa epididymis, then you are ejaculating the semen with 0 sperms. Hence you cannot fertilize. That is one issue. Another one, pia kuna wenye wanafanywa blood test ya testosterone level, hormone level. So wengi wanajua testosterone ndio inasaidia mwanaume maybe venye ata produce the sperms, na venye maybe ata grow kama beings na vitu kama hizo. So kama iko low, unaweza pata kuna shida ya kuproduce sperms mzuri na healthy, and also forming the secondary characteristics of a man. Sawa. So we have talked about the radiology, which is hiyo ni ultrasound tu inafanywa scrotal, and also we have talked about the hormonal. Now the last bit is analyzing the semen itself. Sawa. In this part, the man is maybe encouraged to abstain from sex for 10 days, ndio at least the volume yenye inatakikana ya sperms ya semen ipatikane, so ana abstain. Then from there he, with the help of the wife or other techniques, he can be able to correct the seminal fluid. Analeta kwa lab, kitu ya kwanza unaangalia ni the quantity. Njoo kuna wale wana produce 2 can drop, na hiyo can drop sasa maybe even the sperm count in it is too low, so you unaangalia the amount of the semen, and then you go to the microscope, you focus, unaangalia the motility of the sperms. Hizi sperms kama ziko okay, first unaangalia kwa microscope, unapata kama akona sperms ama hana. Sawa. Kama akonazo zina move venye zinafaa, kuna zenye zinaenda hata very slow rate before zifike hata maybe kwa cervix ama kwa maybe kwa fallopian tubes, they are dead. So unaangalia the motility, alafu pia unaangalia the quantity of them. Unajua kuna mwenye ana produce maybe 20%, 10%, sawa, inahitajika about 50%. You can be able to maybe approximate by your microscope. Unaangalia, unajua kama hii ni kidogo sana ama ni mingi sana, vitu kama hizo cause again kama ni kidogo maybe unajua mingi zinakufianga at the line of duty, so kama una produce kidogo mingi zinaweza kufa na zikoza kufika huko. Sawa. Hiyo ingine again, kama hizi sperms ziko what the morphology, ziko na mkia venye inafaa, hiyo mkia iko normal, iko mrefu venye inafaa. Kuna wazo unapata ni abnormal, ziko na 2 hands. Sasa kama sperm ziko na 2 hands, hiyo ikiswim ina maybe haitakuwa na stability mzuri, inaweza kuwa inapiga hapo tu kwa vaginal canals, na kama ni mingi si unaona sasa kufertilize itakuwa an issue. Zingine ziko na 2 tails, pia motility inakuwa an issue. Kuna zingine iko tu na head, hakuna tail. Sawa. So ndio unaona hapo. Kwa hiyo yenye umesema wanaume pia kama ni muhimu kuangaliwa, si ni vizuri pia mjue kama mko sawa, ama pia your man is also good to go. Yeah.
So then, if you are found to be fertile, you guys have no fertility issues, you're let go. The couple that has fertility issues, how do you go about it?
If it's for the men, let's say the epididymis is maybe blocked, he or she can, or he can go for surgery. Sorry for that. And the epididymis will be unblocked, so that it allows the sperms to pass up to the vagina. And also, if the hormone level is low, testosterone, there are drugs to boost that. And also, if the sperms are not healthy, he can be given supplements like the zinc supplement, and advised on the diet to also improve on maybe the quantity of the sperms.
And for the woman? For
the woman now, remember we majored on issues like blocked fallopian tube. If it's of an degree which needs surgery, then we just go for surgery. And there are others which are caused by maybe infection, bacterial infection. So you can start by giving antibiotic. If it clears, then after the ultrasound have clarified, then you are good to go. And if the problem is the hormonal, there is a hormone which maybe is not balanced. There is also drugs too, maybe to stabilize it and keep it where it's supposed to be. And there are those who have a problem with ovulating. There are also drugs to help arrange to ovulate. Once they ovulate and the sperms are there, they just fertilize and they will live happily with the children.
In your line of work, what are the main myths and misconceptions about fertility when it comes to fertility?
When it comes to fertility issues, I don't know whether to call them myths or what, but if you see a lady is not conceiving, maybe the society can, maybe they think that the lady have aborted so many times. It could be a factor because maybe she have destroyed the walls of the uterus, hence implantation becomes difficult. But there are those having factors they have not, they have never aborted, but they have blocked fallopian tumor. It is not their cause. So the society should stop judging such ladies and also seeing as if the lady is the problem, and maybe the problem can be with the men. Yeah. So I think that's how I can handle the myths and misconception.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think, thank you so much for clarifying.
Yeah.
I believe if the audience has any other questions, we can just pile them up, and then we can see if we can run a
Yes.
Q&A.
Yeah.
And then we can see what we can do about it. Yeah.
Yes.
I hope you are learning as much as I am, and you're continuously typing in your questions in the comment section. We're going to compile them, and we're going to run a QA to try and answer all your questions. In the meantime, in the month of February, the first week, we shall be talking about genotypic tests. In this section, we'll be looking at sickle cell anemia, color blindness, and other conditions that you can test for if you're planning to get married. So until then, make good choices and be safe.